Hey parents, got a it's a longer video tonight. I'm going to review math. I'm going to give you the spelling words for tomorrow's spelling test. And then also I'm going to show you what we're doing in Reader's Workshop. I was able to kind of photograph the actual pictures coming on. What we've been working on is really breaking down double-digit numbers into tens and ones. So what I'm having them do is they've got to circle the groups of 10. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 tens. So when they tell you the number of tens that are circled, it's 3. However, this number doesn't mean 3. This number means 30, and that's basically what we're working on right now, associating that a group of tens is actually, it's not, oops, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not a 3 and a 4. This is a 30 and a 4. 10, 20, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 34. So really, that's the math in a nutshell. They're grouping the tens, and then they're adding the ones. It just gets them associated with, okay, we've got 1, 2, so 10 and 10, that's 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got, or 1, 2, 3, that's 23. Well, how many groups of tens do I have? I have one group. I have two groups of 10. So I put my 2 in the tens. But again, talk to them tonight. Remind them, that's not the number 2. This number 2 actually means 20. So I've got my 2 groups of 10s, which is 20, and then 3 ones. So that is what they're doing on the front side. They're circling all their groups of 10s, and then they're converting it over into how many groups of 10s they have, how many ones. On the back side, it's the same thing, only they throw a few curveballs in there at them, especially with number 8. They've got to say, okay, well, I've got 1 group of 10, 2 groups of 10. I've got 3 groups of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, even going back to the first page, make sure they count everything first. Make sure that they count everything. So I've got 10, circle 10. I know I've got to circle my groups of 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I go back and count. 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only say that because sometimes they will put 10 ones, and then it's not, you won't have a ones. It actually becomes another 10. So right here I've got 3 groups of 10s, 6 ones. My number is 36. 11 through 14, they are either taking the number they give them, again, breaking it apart. It's not a 2 and a 3, it's a 23. I've got 2 10s, 3 ones. And really this comes down, I mean, the students can do this easily, but it's more of a conversation piece. And then down on the bottom, if you want to, this is kind of like an extra credit bonus type situation. They've got to create their own number, draw a picture. So if I wanted to use the number 17, I create my 17, my 1, my 7, it's actually a 10 and a 7, and then I could have a bundle of 10 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be my picture. Again, this is something, if you are feeling extra ambitious, feel free to do that. Spelling words. Tomorrow is our spelling test. Got out, going, boy, girl, and soil. Our spelling pattern this week is ick. There will be 4 secret words. They have chick. They have lick. They have stick. And they have pick. And those are your words for this week. Moving along, this is getting into the Reader's Workshop. This is the strategies that I am teaching them when they come across a word that they don't know. So we've already picked out a book. We've already chosen a book that we're going to read. What happens when we get to a word we don't know? First thing they should be doing is checking the picture. Can I figure out what the word is by looking at the picture? Second part, this kind of comes into them tapping out. Look at all the parts of the words. This part is important, this word all right here. A lot of times my friends will say, when they're reading play, but they won't say the ending of the word. Especially as the books get more complicated and more complex, a lot of these words have endings like ed and ing and s. This word is plays, it's not just play. So look at the whole word instead of just some of it. Get a running start. This kind of goes for if they get really stuck, they go back to the beginning of the sentence. And it comes down to what makes sense. What would make sense in that particular spot? And they read up to the word that they don't know. And a lot of times, your brain automatically brings you to a word that would make sense in that particular spot. So this one, it's a little bit trickier to explain, but that's how I do it. Go back to the beginning of the sentence. Try to read fluently and what word could go in that spot. Excuse me. To this point, it's called a double check. If I get really stuck on a word, I look at the picture. Does it make sense with what's going on in my story? Does it make sense with what's going on in the picture? I need a word that I can put in there that should go with the story. Then I look at the word. Does it look right? Is that a word? Can I use that word? Look at the beginning of the word. Look at the second word. Does the word that I'm coming up with in my head work? Again, this is called a double check. So you're looking at the word, looking at the letters of the word, and if it makes sense in your head. And then tomorrow I will be teaching them, try it two ways. As you know, with the English language, it doesn't always follow the rules. Sometimes it's a short A, sometimes it's a long A. Vowels can say two different words. So again, these are all strategies that the kids have now that they can use when they are working on their words. If they get stuck on a word, when you have them reading in their books. Remember, they all have reading A to Z accounts. It's just their last name, first initial, and whatever their PIN code is. That's what they should be working on when they're reading with you and they're reading themselves. Have a great night. Again, sorry about the long video, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.